I'm very good. Thanks, Veronica. Nice to meet you. And thanks for inviting me being here today.
Thanks for actually joining us. It's our pleasure to have you today. So let's get straight into it with our first question. Can
Yeah,
you share
sure.
with us the journey that led you to become the president of CoinW Exchange?
Yeah, I think I'm very lucky. I joined a great company. And when I first joined about 3 years ago, the market was actually going down to a bear market. So I first moved from Australia to Dubai headquarters. So the office used to be in Melbourne. I was in Sydney, but I've known the founder group, most of the senior management of the company for more than 10 years. So I know the company very, very well already. I know how they grow the company, and it's been a great journey. And I was lucky enough to be brought to a global business development role from Sydney to Dubai 3 years ago. And then I think it was good. I joined the beginning of bear market, and it took me a bit of like zigzag to learn stuff. And then, of course, getting through the difficult time with the team, with the company, also strengthened my skill and strengthened the bondings and the trust and everything. So from there, we strategized with the board of directors and everyone, and then form a very solid global expansion strategy. And I was lucky enough to be appointed as the global president to really deploy the strategy with the team. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of trust, and I feel very, very lucky. Market definitely coming back, and we are definitely doing a lot better globally and getting more recognition, more market share. But still, there's a long way to go. So I feel there's quite a lot for me to achieve as well.
Yeah, it took you long, but that's a great journey indeed. I agree to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I mean, going through a lot of difficult times is definitely
Mhm.
the best way to learn. So yeah, very, very
Yeah.
fortunate to
You've
have
seen the
that.
worst, and now most probably you're going to the best.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Going through
Um,
2022 was, yeah, it was something. I mean, if
yeah.
you in crypto and then you go through the whole winter from 2022,
Mhm.
all the things that happened, and then yeah, so like if you have still have faith, and then as a business, if you're still standing around and then running well, that means there's something
Yeah.
you're doing right.
I agree to that. Can you discuss any recent milestones or achievements of CoinW that you are particularly proud of?
Absolutely. I mean globally, because we have quite a few focus and priority when we deploy our strategies. The number one priority is always compliance side. We want to focus on really being the right image of the industry, and also, I mean, being in the market for the last 6, 7 years and going through all the from a small market as the crypto industry as a smaller market from less than 1 trillion market cap. Now today is 2.6 trillion market cap. Still, we have a long way to go.
Mhm.
And also from a very minority of the whole industry. Now, slowly, we are heading into the mainstream. So we actually see the transition of the whole industry. And
Mhm.
as one of the players in the industry, and actually the key players, I mean, centralized exchange as itself, as its whole, is a very, very important gateway for the whole industry. And compliance and safety and regulations and consumer protection, this is all quite important when we move forward to the next phase of the whole industry, which is mainstream.
Mhm.
And we recognize that. We also have seen, what happened in the past, all these bad things happen because of the misuse of funds or not really understanding the safety side or systematical, unsystematical. There are quite a lot of risks that we could have, done better to really not damage the industry as a whole. So, I mean, as a very, very important retail focused exchange, of course, like compliance and consumer protection is always going to be our number one priority. So from that sense, we're working quite closely globally with a lot of regulators to be compliant Because I mean, crypto industry it's new industry. A lot of places, a lot of countries, there is no such thing yet. And then even with the places and countries and region, they have the so-called license or compliance, but still it's not very well structured and framed. So there are quite a lot of things still evolving. And then we are working very closely with governments and regulators and make sure that we're on that journey and we're fully aware what's happening. For example, we're headquartered in Dubai. We've been working with local regulators, VARA, for the last a year or so, just trying to understand the scope of the business and then what's the government's vision and how they want to protect the users and how we can actually be part of the whole initiative of being compliant of the industry. So that's, I would say, definitely what we have been and doing well and achieving other regions as well. And the other thing I want to point out is the rebranding and global recognition of the CoinW brand. I mean, as centralized exchange, we have quite a lot of challenge from all this, industry, I'll say tragedy happened in 2022 and retail users actually lost a lot of confidence. And then now slowly confidence coming back and then market coming back. And then we're not a new exchange. We have been around for the last 7 years. So we do have a lot of very loyal users and customers. But how do we actually bring that value and that brand recognition globally was one of our initiatives that we, set up the roadmap from last year. So, I mean, in the Asia Pacific region, we're quite well recognized. But how do we bring us to, bigger and growing in emerging markets like, Latin American market, African market, and Turkish market, and everywhere. So in that process, in the at least last 6 to 8 months, we have been in quite in a lot of really major events, crypto events globally, and also share our vision, share our journey, and share our voice for the industry. And we definitely see the recognition growing globally for the CoinW brand. So I'm quite proud of our team, but still a lot to achieve.
Yeah. I personally believe you're on the right path to this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We have been trying to get ready in the last 2 years, like especially in the bear market, try to accumulate, understand what's the priority and how to do our, also product we want to bring to our users, like how we actually bring the extra new users on board to the crypto industry. And then we've been trying to prepare. So now we're ready, and then so we definitely see there are a lot of space for us to grow still.
Yeah. With regards to the Bitcoin halving event that happened recently, how do you think Bitcoin halving would shape the crypto market this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. I think a lot of sentiment in the market, I understand previously with the halving cap happened, definitely the price will jump, and then they also track the record, and then before the halving, after the halving, what is in terms of the time of the price increase, how it was actually sync with the actual market. So I think partially the Bitcoin halving price already priced in the last 6 months of the market recovering. And then that's how, the Bitcoin price came back to all-time high quite quickly, of course, with the ETF approved as well. And then everyone understand this is the beginning, or at least we are in part of the bull market already. But in the past, 4 or 5 months, most of the hype happening still in the Bitcoin space because all the catalysts happen because the ETF and the expected halving, that's all the Bitcoin catalysts. So it's definitely partially, I believe, the price already there, already priced in, but not to say we're not gonna grow from here. Personally, I still believe Bitcoin, it's gonna go more than 100K. maybe this year or next year, early next year. But that coming with the fundamentals, which is the money supply. So I would believe if the interest rates start coming down when the money becomes cheaper, and then of course the asset price is going to jump. So I think the halving itself give the right timing, the right condition, but we do need the fundamental money supply to support the actual big jump of the price. So I mean, intermediate term, I would expect the price stabilize, but maybe 6 months time, depends on the money policy of Fed, and then I would expect the price will definitely go above 100K. That's why I'm not selling, I'm still buying. No financial advice.
No financial advice given, but basically you're bullish with the crypto market
Absolutely
this year.
bullish, yes, of course.
Yeah, we all are. So
Yeah.
recently you were a speaker at the Token 2049 event that happened here, right? I
Yes.
mean, sorry for the rain. Right?
Yeah, it was chaotic. Yeah.
Could you share any standout moments or insight you gained from attending the conference?
Yeah, I think this year Dubai is the first time for Token 2049 held in Dubai, and I wouldn't expect less. I mean, the whole atmosphere, the quality of discussions, and then the people, because Dubai is quite a center. It connects the east, the west, and then the Africa and everything. So I definitely feel the diversity of the people show up at the conference, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely a great event. And yes, I was fortunate enough to be invited by the few panel discussions, and one of them is a main stage with Justin Sun as well from Churn, and Vivian from Minex, and then also Noah from Binance. So a full house for centralized exchange. So yeah, I mean, and also I was in some of the discussions on stage with other developers and also VC funds in regards to investments perspective, and also what's gonna be the next hot narratives, and then from the investors' perspective, and both institutional and retail users. So I mean, my intake out of the whole conference after talking to lots of really, really quality industry participants, including exchange leaders, management, centralized projects, like all top tier great projects, top tier VC funds, and also a lot of KOLs from the East, from the West. And then I definitely can hear some differences from the East and the West, but I also feel there's definitely some alignment between East and West as well. My intake out of that, definitely, I think moving forward the next 12 months, we're still going through this whole bull run journey. In overall market sentiment, and fundamentally, there are quite a lot of catalysts still yet to happen with the industry. And in terms of specific narratives, I think AI is still the top one narrative that everyone talk about and everyone excited about. And then all the VC money is still, looking to allocate funds in, and a lot of developers and a lot of projects and still focus on. So, which is good because that is a game changer, revolutionary technology, and it's definitely what we are also looking at as well. And AI combined blockchain technology is a very sexy, hot topic already itself. And given the use case of AI already happening, so it's definitely I will say that's the top one. The next one, surprising enough, a lot of people still a bit slow on meme coin, but if you compare it to the last bull run and this bull run, it's quite different. This bull run, the meme coin came back before everything else, before all the altcoins. So last bull run, it was like Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoin, then meme coin. So this bull run, Bitcoin and meme coin. I think because of that, a lot of people already have the formal sentiment. So
Uh,
it's a good thing in a way because meme is the easiest way for people to understand and to get on. And if I mean you see a lot of traditional investors, even VC funds used to just think meme is a scam or a game. Now they're seriously looking at meme. They're
uh-huh.
seriously looking at how meme
Yeah.
what's the concept and why is meme is a meme. So it's definitely something very, very different compared to last bull run, and a lot more people showing more interest in the meme space. And other than that, I think it's definitely a huge space still going. It's the whole DeFi space, and a lot of things gonna happen. Being one of the biggest use case in the blockchain, DeFi still have a lot to go. And then, of course, that combined with RWA moving, bring the traditional financial service industry liquidity into the blockchain and crypto space, and that would definitely make the whole DeFi world market cap, I wouldn't say how much more, but it's a huge potential going through. Yeah, and then of course, DePIN is also a hot discussion. And yeah, so a lot of hot topics that are being discussed, and then we can see that how much more people join the industry, how much liquidity going to come into the industry. So that's why fundamentally, sentimentally, we're all very bullish.
That's good to hear. So down to our last question. What opportunities do you see in the Middle East crypto market, specifically here in Dubai?
I think Dubai, I mean, from the government side, they're just super, super visionary and progressive when it comes to technology, when it comes to what they want, how they would shape the future of the nation and then the country and the city. And then that comes to the right structure of frameworks and policies in place. And that policy allow talents to come in and settle, and allow funds and money and investment to come in and settle. And then that fundamentally already layer a very, very, very strong fundamental for what to come and what need to be done. That's just very, very necessary. If you don't really have the right policy to bring talents, to bring investments, and to allow everything to happen easy and then easy access, it's just not going to happen, especially in technology space. So I think in that space, I really feel Dubai and then the UAE government very, very, very progressive and visionary. Not just visionary, they are doing what they believe need to be done. They're doing it. And then on the other side, Middle East markets, I see quite a lot of opportunities. Incubation of projects because the talent structure is getting a lot better. A lot of talents coming from Europe, from US, from all over the world, and then settling here. When you have the right talents, you will have the good projects. You will have, talents is so important in our industry, in every industry, right? And the second thing is I find because the regulators and governments are very, very pro technology, AI, blockchain, crypto. And then they also, from the government side, want to transition their current economy structure to a more technology innovation focused. And when that comes, and then they need a lot of actual use cases. For example, I think the stablecoin industry, the stablecoin part of the whole crypto is going to be the next big thing in the Middle East. I believe the governments here, they will eventually want to have their own stablecoin done. And then that part, they will have the whole liquidity and market for the region, and then allow everything happen in that in that pool. So I feel, I mean, that's something is happening in here, because stablecoin needs the government support. It has to, like if they recognize that. Um, and then of course the compliance regulation side is easy and welcoming and easier for projects and then companies like us to be compliant and then to feel safe to be in this region. So yeah, so I mean that's the three things that are happening. I feel very positive. I think it is good for the industry and good for the region as well.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's really good to be
Thank
here
you.
in Dubai.
Absolutely
I mean,
loving it.
yeah.
Besides, I mean, the rain, people came here, they think, oh, I'm going to the desert. Oh, it's going to the rainforest.
That was
It
very
was,
timely, though. People were in shock about that.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
very, very unusual.
So before we
Yes.
wrap up, do you have any parting words to share to our viewers?
Sorry, what's the question?
Do you have
Particular.
any parting words, any advice you might want to share to our viewers?
Oh, yeah. Personally,
It's up to you.
uh, yeah, I mean, if for the viewer, depends on if you haven't really been investing in crypto. I mean, do it. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Mhm.
Overall, we're still early stage. The whole market cap I'm mentioning, we're only 2.5 trillion. We're not even as big as Apple, one company. So there's still a lot to go.
Mhm.
And of course, and then register CoinW and then follow CoinW Twitter, so you will learn a lot.
Will do. I'll tell the
Thank
viewers
you.
to do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia. Again, it was a pleasure having you with us today. I hope to,
Pleasure's all mine.
yeah,
Thank you.
I hope to have a follow-up interview with us soon. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.